Hello guys, welcome to Inside Electronics. So in today's episode I'm going to show you something that I found in my attic, another product from my attic. This is just an incandescent bulb, but this is used as a night light. Back in the 2000s, this was used back in the 2000s when I'm doing my schooling, and this was the go-to kind of night light back in those days. I mean, nowadays everything is based on LEDs, but LEDs were not popular at that time, and we had this thing. And basically, this is just an incandescent bulb. If I can show you that it's just a common incandescent bulb. Let me focus on it. That's it. It is an incandescent. You can see the filaments inside, and it is rated for the 220 volts right here. But it says nothing about the. You can see that 220 volts right there. The camera may not be showing it properly, and it has no wattage written anywhere on it, and I don't have a watt meter with me to show you guys how much power this thing consumes. Probably like maybe 2 or 3 watts maybe. And this is not the way it actually was. You see these grooves over here? This was used to actually hold to put something on top of this. Like, I believe this thing had a plastic, not, I don't know whether it's plastic or rubber. It was the soft flexible kind of thing, and you can actually press fit on. That's why these grooves are hit, that the rubber squishy thing on top is going to act like a diffuser. The one that this one had a fruit like structure. The diffuser is shaped like an apple, I believe, and so the apple goes on top of this thing, and it is a squishy rubbery kind of thing. So again, it just snaps onto these grooves, and that's how that top would have looked like if I had that top cover. But unfortunately I lost it. So that fruit actually diffused the entire thing. So at night when you look at it, it makes it look like a glowing fruit, and the because that of the diffusion, it makes the light inside the room a kind of a settled ambient kind of light. That actually was a quite surprising, good effect. And some of them even had, on top of the fruit, some of them even had, let me draw it for you. That could have been the best thing to explain this thing. This is from my earlier video. So if this is the bulb, let me adjust the focus on here. If this is the bulb arrangement like that, this is switch and this is the bulb. Let me show you. Let me draw it like that, and this is the grooves as I'm talking about, and this thing, the diffuser, was shaped like a fruit, like that. I mean, this is not a fruit, but certainly this was how it was supposed to look like. And some even had lots of optical fibers coming out from the top like that. So at night when you turn this thing on, you're actually getting a soft diffuse light because of the fruit kind diffuser. And also the fiber optics makes really good effect. The tip of the thing glows yellow, and it really makes a really good effect at night. I still remember that thing, but unfortunately I'm not able to find that particular thing in my attic. So yeah, let's open this thing, and it has a seal on here. I don't think that this seal is this. It says GRS over here. I don't think that is the manufacturer name, because I searched for GRS lights and I found nothing. So I don't remember how that came there. Okay, obviously it gave away. Okay, let's just open it. And it has, as you can see, it has two mode of operation, the off state, and it has two brightness adjustments. Let me just plug it in for you first before opening this thing. So if I plug that in, you can see, oh, that's flickering really badly. Let me turn this off and turn that off. Ooh, that flickers quite badly. So that is the first setting over here, and I'm going to turn it. This is the full brightness, and that is the half brightness. I don't know whether you can see the difference on camera, but if I make it fast enough, you can see a very slow change. The flickering is too hard. This thing is operating at line frequency. There is no this is basically a 50 hertz bulb, so the camera can actually pick up the uh, fluctuation, the flickering. Let me open it. Let me unscrew this. The way it opens is really simple. It only has a screw inside, and the adjustment mechanism is also going to be very simple. Back in the day, this was how much you are able to control the brightness. Of course, you had the electronic dimmer that used with the as a fan regulator. You can use that to actually chop the sine wave and reduce the brightness, and that is what's inside this light bulb. You can let me focus on it. That is really simple, you know. That is a switch that we saw, and there is a diode over here, and pretty much that's it. This is where the bulb goes in like that, and the diode is there. So basically what's happening is that it is chopping for the reduction in brightness. All it does is it chops one half of a sine wave. Like normally when on full brightness mode, that is when the switch is on this position right here, you are providing the bulb with the full 230 volt cycle. You know, let's say this is xt, that is x amount of time, and for that much when the switch is in the full brightness mode, you are providing the light bulb with the full complete cycle, and so the bulb can glow much brighter. And when the switch is in the lower position, all it does is instead of going straight to the bulb, the input goes through the diode, and the negative cycle gets chopped off or rectified. And you know, basically you're actually you're providing only the positive waves, the upper half cycles for the bulb. And if talking in this way, let's consider this as two persons working together for x amount of time. And up here, if I draw this like that, adjusting if you take here, like in the low settings, lower brightness settings, if these were two persons working together for x amount of time, you are getting the result of two persons work. That is much more power output the higher the brightness. But here you are only getting a single person's work, but the time remains the same. And you know, only single person working for the same amount of time, that means the output, the power output is really, the outcome from that is really low. So basically you are getting much lower effective power, and basically that results in a much lower brightness. Not much lower, it's just adjusting the brightness to a somewhat lower degree. And if we had the diffuser, you can actually see that in action. Without the diffuser, it will be probably too hard, because the camera cannot completely show you that, and even my eyes are not able to completely pick that slight variation. But if we had that diffuser, the amount of light is already lower, and then if we switch back to the low brightness mode, because of the added diffusion, the light will get even less, and that's the way we will getting the much lower brightness. So the basic circuit assembly will be much simple. Let me just draw it like this way. The input goes straight to a switch like that, and the switch had two positions, one is over here, one is over here, and let's assume this goes straight to the bulb. Okay, so this is the bulb that I'm going to draw here, and that goes straight to the neutral. That is the live, that is the neutral. And on this one, it had a diode attached to the bulb. Basically that's the only thing that's happening. So if a switch is in this position like that, it bypasses the diode, and the full 230 volts AC, the full waveform, reaches the bulb, and it makes it glow at full brightness. And if a switch is in this position right here, the input gets rectified, and only half of the wave reaches the bulb, and therefore the bulb lights much dimmer. So yeah, that's a quick tear down video of how this thing works, and I still have a lot of things that is in my attic that I will show you in my coming videos. But for now, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in another videos. Keep supporting me by liking this video and comment on it, like subscribe on it. Thanks for watching.